Today I'm going to show you how to check this overhead light. What happened is that when I turn the switch on, two of the bulb comes on but one doesn't. And when I take the bulb out, the one doesn't come on, and I put it into a socket, a known socket that I know is working, then the bulb comes on, but for some reason it's not coming on in one of the sockets on this light. So I'm going to show you one of the main reasons why sometimes the light may not come on. I am going to go and turn the switch on and show you that two works and one doesn't. So as you can see there, out of the three bulbs, two comes on but one doesn't come on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna turn the breaker off and turn the switch off, both of them, for added protection, just to make sure that there's no electricity in the socket while I check what the issue is, while I show you what could be the issue why the bulb is not coming on. So I'll be back in a few seconds. So here we have the light with the three bulbs, and this one here was not coming on, so I'm gonna screw it out, and then I'm gonna show you what could be the cause why it's not coming on. So here I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer. If you can see in the socket here, I'm gonna see if I can pull this down that you can see a little bit better. The socket here has this piece of metal in the back, and make sure you turn the breaker off before you put anything in the socket, lest you can be electrocuted. So what happens most times is that the bulb, when it goes in, and I'll show you which part on the bulb, it presses against this metal here, right? This metal that the screwdriver is in. So all you need to do is just to take something and just prise it up a little bit. So just be careful you don't break anything. And as I said, please make sure your breaker is off. Make sure, because if you put a screwdriver in the socket while the breaker is not off and while there's electricity, you can short out the socket and you can potentially execute yourself. So after turning the breaker off, take a screwdriver and just prise up this here, this tongue here. Just take it up a little, because most times it's the bulb that is not making contact with that piece of metal, and that's why it's not coming on. I'll show you on the bulb what happens. So here on this bulb, you see this metal part here. This is what make contact with that piece of metal inside, and the side of the bulb, which the side of this bulb here makes contact with the outside of the socket. So this part of the bulb make contact with the outside part of the socket, and this part here, the middle part, makes contact with the tongue in the socket. So most times what happens is that this part here, this metal part here, the bulb, it doesn't make contact with the tongue of the socket. So now that we have adjusted it, I'm going to put it back in, and then I'm going to turn on the light, and then we'll see. So I'm going to put back this bulb in right now. I'm going to screw it in because I've already adjusted the tongue, and then I'm going to turn back the breaker and the switch on. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so I turned the breaker on already. Now I'm gonna turn the switch on, and we'll see if all three will light. There you go. As you can see now, and I'm gonna go closer underneath. You see that? All three lights are now on. So it was just the tongue on the light that was causing the light not to come on. So once you adjust that, it should be fine. And I'm just gonna because it's on a dimmer switch. I'm just gonna turn up the dimmer just to make sure. There you go, you can see it gets brighter. Yeah, so it was just that was causing, so I'm just gonna turn it back off. So anytime you have these lights, there's a potential that if one doesn't light, it's not really the bulb that is the issue, but it's just a socket, and you just need to adjust that piece of metal inside of the light and the bulb will come on. I'll see you in the next video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.